Good day.
Nice day. Don't ruin it.
Curios, talismans, items of power. My ship is free, and its course is yours to plot, my friends. Were it not war-sworn asking, I wouldn't sail such treacherous northern waters or set foot in an island. But for you, I'll go. As I said, whenever you give the word, then climb aboard.
So this is it. These were once awesome towers and ramparts. Atop each a banister. Imagine. More for longer. I think they've seen us.
Better run!
Beeson come here, I wonder? What was he after? My mother was here, long ago. She saw many ancient places in her time. The ancient vault, and now here. But what do they hope to find? There are no relics here, only lost knowledge. Knowledge more powerful than any relic. We should be close to the chapel now. Look, the chapel of the First Sworn. Mural. I need a closer look. If I'm not mistaken... This is it. All Beeson's plans, written here in our own recorded history. The mural tells of the mage Farlong, who sought to make himself a king of Niscaru, and how Aegon thwarted him. Beeson thinks he will succeed where Farlong failed. And he just might. Because he could not learn what he needed to know anywhere else. Everything he needs is written here, down to the last detail. Beeson's minions call themselves Farlongir. As Beeson does now, the mage Farlong gathered cursed artifacts and used them to raise a host of lesser Niskaru. Do you see? Beeson follows Farlong's path at every step. You don't know the worst of it. Farlong tried to free a Niskaru lord from its mountain prison. With such power behind him, he would have been unstoppable. As Beeson seeks to mimic Farlong, so we must match Eamon and stop him. A chaotic being of immense power. If it were loosed upon the world... But it must not. It mustn't. Yes, he did. The Mystic Hammer, forged by Eamon for the hands of his son Aegon. It alone could halt Farlong's spell and restore the Niskaru Lord to his prison. I know of it, but not its location. But Delphric may be able to help with that. Return to Shieldring Keep. I will travel to Ironfast Keep in Detir and learn all I can. Meet me there. The Mystic Hammer is among the few ancient relics named in our records. I am sure. I will be at Ironfast, learning what I can. In truth, it's as much library as chapel. A place of memory. It seems he was a prince whose father squandered and then he found the Niskaru Lord, Kamazandu. It whispered to him. Said it could help him win back his birthright. That, so much majesty. Though now in ruins. Imagine what it must have... We didn't find him here, but we did, I think, find something he doesn't want us to know. Prematharu, we did not...
it time to return? And that's a certain thing then, is it? I think we'll not see this scrap of shore again once we go. Off we go then.
As soon as I received news of your discoveries, I learned whatever I could of the Alpha Lord, Amalur Beeson. He is indeed a powerful man, a member of the Orbacant, or he was, until he proposed using Niscaro in the war. He was laughed off the council and then vanished, taking some of Rathir's most powerful mages with him. Trapped within a mountain? Can we be certain this isn't merely an old legend? But can we afford to take the chance? The names of those who sit on Rathir's ruling council are beyond secret. However, some old and substantial debts were owed me. What we are, what we once were, does nothing lie still in this world? We have our honor and our swords. Let us cling to that. Sir Beeson somehow learned of this forgotten story and the mural depicting it on Eamon's Isle. Devious. Very devious. Beeson was among the powerful of Rathir before the power of Niscaro turned his head. If anyone can complete Farlong's work, it is Beeson. Yes, I see. It should be in Aegon's tomb. Alas, pledge shield, none below Oathblade are permitted inside our sacred places. But this is easily solved. For your valor and honor, in the name of the First Sworn, I bestow upon you the rank of Oathblade. Take this as a token of the honor. Now, the tomb lies just south of Ulcerund. It opens only with this key. Proceed to Ironfast once you have the hammer. It is a curious fact. For her father, Aegon, Cerwyn built a grave fit for a king, while both she and Aemon, her father's father, vanished into the east and were lost to us. She died by treachery in Cluricon long ago. Cursed rings turned her comrades against her, and with her death, it is said, the age of the First Sworn came to an end. Ordinarily, the rank is reserved for proven veterans of the field. There is also usually a ceremony, but that will have to wait, I'm afraid. The accounts say it was crafted for Aegon himself. None other has ever wielded it, and I'm not sure any other can. It may be for nothing, but I suppose it is the only hope we have. So many mysteries surround the founder of our order. Where he learned the secrets of forging and fighting, how he originally came to the Phalanx, where he went alone in his last days, traveling east beyond Cluracon's eastern mountains. In a narrow pass just south of Ulcerand, into Tyr, the key I gave you unlocks its doors in many of our other monuments and historical places. Once you have the hammer, proceed to meet Gwyn Anway at Ironfast Keep in Menethir. And by the first sworn, may you know
Yes?
victory.
At your service.
Greetings.
Yes?
The waters of Loch Dyden.
Can I help you?
Kester and Cora. They're the cornerstones that hold this village up. Tinder Twig, which is easiest found in Ironhold Passage. And Scarwood Bark, which is found near the ruins in northern Glendara Wood. More reagents. Good, good. Tinder Twig, which is easiest found in Ironhold Passage. In Scarwood Bark, which is found near the ruin. More reagents. Good, good.
Hello?
The boggarts have gone. Thank me, Tharu.
These damned boggarts.
Greetings. I will be the savant presiding over your trial of initiation. Traditionally, applicants have prepared for the challenges of this trial through years of study and training. But as Augur mentioned, we realize you are unique. Do you have any questions before we begin? The magic of the ritual confronts the applicant with his or her own potential. Consequently, no two experiences are the same. How this potential manifests varies. Whatever takes place is for the applicant only. Tradition dictates it is never spoken of. And a final warning. While whatever shape the magic takes isn't real, not truly, what happens can have real consequences. Do not underestimate the danger. This is a fluid magic. The form it takes varies according to the power and nature of the ritual. The goal is a simple one. Survive. Like every Scholia Arcana, and be aware that I am watching. Now, proceed. Good luck. Not the most welcome. Those fair possess quite the capacity for violence. Intriguing. By the founders, what is that? Of all chemical elements. Mastering substance. We must discuss this first. The first phase of the trial is complete. Another Another cave. How interesting. Ah, a waterfall. Tales are exquisite. You obviously know something is terribly wrong. Ahead, I sense another's presence in the trial. Dissonance, growing, cannot.
Where am I? What is this place? The Dark Empyrean. And you. I smell death on you, child. Why have you... I am the Dark Empyrean, and I will not be bound by you or those you serve. I could kill you now. But I have plans for those who watch from the shadows. Now be gone.
Such power. One moment we were linked, sustaining the magic of the trial, and then an arc of energy, the likes of which I have never seen, burst from you. 3 mages lay dead, and 2 have fled screaming. I know the trial is not meant to be shared, but what in Lyria's name happened? A difficult question. The purpose of the spell is to confront the focus, in this case you, with a force representative of his or her potential. How it goes about this is, well, uncertain. The magic finds a way. So, I must ask, what happened in your trial? What did you encounter? A woman? Masked in shadow? I will need to consult my books. Perhaps later we can discuss the details. For now, we have dead to bury, and missing mages to find. As for the formalities, you have proven yourself worthy in the trial of initiation. In the name of the Scholia Arcana, I hereby confer unto you the title of Neophyte. Welcome to the Order. I am a savant in our prestigious order. As scholars of the arcane, we are organized into various ranks. Savant is the 2nd highest rank of the Order. My responsibilities may be difficult for you to comprehend until you are better versed in... Oh, right. You passed. Up until the point where all hell broke loose, you were even doing well. Not that we expected any. He is, one of the most gifted sages. Wherever he may be, I hope he is safe and will soon return to the fold. It is a wondrous world we have been graced with, and among its marvels is the force of magic that builds in strength. We have a responsibility to know what these forces are, so that we... It does not surprise me that Nuala survived the backlash of power that killed 3 of her brethren. From the first day of her novitiate, she demonstrated an but now, I can't help but wonder if we pushed her too hard. Ah yes, newly welcomed applicants are known as neophytes. In time, those who have progressed to handling certain amounts of responsibility, particularly gifted members, may one day reach the rank of adept. They are traditionally the agents of the Scholia Arcana, to whom great tasks may be entrusted. A very few may reach the rank of savant. These are the leaders of the Order, and they yield only to one. I am sending you to the ruin of Aod, to the south. There, the element of fire thrives as though it has a life. After your initiation trial, the magic in Aod shifted. I believe this magic is tied to you, Initiate. Confronting it might yield some answers. Priests of Rakor have long sealed Aod from entry, but we know it to be an ancient root. If you're interested in the details, read Valthilian Car's... Where did I put my quill? I am certain that this has not been the... It is our responsibility as members of the somewhat self-destructive cultists who worship the They frequent places they believe blessed by Rakor, and do not welcome trespassers. Good fortune.
There is always time to grow your skills. Should you wish, I can offer you a chance to... The Fae possess a certain communion with the magical energies of nature that we mortals can only dream of. I came to the Scholia Arcana because magic flows through my family. And though the magic is strong, what is this power? Where does it come from? I hope to learn these truths. Many try to join our order, but most do not have the skill necessary to be of use. Never stop practicing.
What have... I hoped you would come. After all, I owe you so much. How can I repay you for what you've done? There was a time when kings begged me to read their fortunes. Shall I read yours? I have so many names, but I am not the subject of this conversation. Do you wish your fortune read or not? Interesting. It appears as though you have no future. Does this mean your death is nigh? I've crafted what I need, and I'm done with this woman's body. Right now, she's trying to tell you to kill me. Perhaps you would like to oblige her?
Ah, yes, welcome. It was Nuala Ignis who stirred the magics of Aod. At least now we may restore the balance of the ruin before the rest of Dallin. What is this? You caught her crafting this, you say? Remarkable. Just utterly remarkable. That might explain her behavior. Breaching the seals of Aod should have been far beyond her capacity. Not to mention whatever this is, I have never seen the like. It is as if the element of fire were given physical form. You have done well. I have another assignment for you when you are ready. In the meantime, I shall be studying this sunstone. For generations, the lords of Candrian Keep have ruled over Candrian Keep as the ancestral seat of power. Adept Fell recently began investigating some disappearances in Melaglia. I haven't heard from her. Do not keep your contact waiting. And when you've sorted the business with Lerkara out, meet me at the Rathir chapter. Archsage Jubal Calidus he is the most powerful sorcerer alive. If he ever asks anything of you, neophyte, be sure to deliver. Melaglir is a trade hub between the great cities of Odessa to the south and Rathir to the north. Lately, however, the town has been experiencing a number of disappearances. Where did I put my quill?
I cannot emphasize the importance of what you've done. until you destroy those ships. Farewell.
Beware. The red...
Pyroclastic resonance, body temperatures still well above ambient, and freshly broken earth. Ah, forgive my manners. You were sent to meet a contact, and here I am, Jubal Calidus, Arch-Sage of the Scholia Arcana. If you would be so kind as to ready your weapons, I believe we are about to be attacked. You will be... Ethan did not exaggerate your prowess, but it was a pity what happened to this caravan. I follow their trail from Melaglir in the hope that they carried a letter from the missing Adept Fell, and indeed I was correct. I believe this should go to you. The message names a likely suspect. Continue onward then to Melaglir. Speak to this Patrick Morgan and find what befell our missing colleague. Ethan and I came up through our initiation trials together. He is my most trusted savant. There is a reason he was chosen as your mentor, Neophyte. Heed his wisdom. Fascinated with rank, are you? Perhaps one day you would like to stand in my shoes. Trust me, it is not as pleasant as it seems. For centuries, the High Lords of Kandrian used spell and sword to keep a fragile peace. But times have changed. It has become a land ruled by fear. Use caution when walking its roads. Nestled in the protective shadow of Kandrian Keep, it appears Melaglir is now home to a predator. Try speaking to the local villagers to determine should you tarry in finding what troubles the village. There might not be anyone left. I am not accustomed to being questioned by anyone, even newcomers as promising as you. See to your task, Neophyte, and remember, whatever attacked Adept Fell is not to be underestimated. You will be in my thoughts.
odds we've finished with it? For the longest time, I thought I would put it behind me, but it can't be escaped. There's some things in safe journey.
What are you bothering me for?
But you've saved us, Billis and I. I thank you for that, and wish I had something for your trouble. I'll give you a widow spare you.
Ah, and the footfalls of another wayfarer grace our ears. I'm delighted. I don't suppose you're traveling through Galette, are you? If so, I would not look too hard for anyone. There is not much left to find. Yes, we are pilgrims of a sort. Missionaries might be a more appropriate label. We serve our God and follow his will. It was quite a miracle. A number of my order, all drawn by common faith, came to the village, and we showed them salvation. There was fire and blood and screaming, yes, much screaming, but all for the glory of the great Balin. Praise be to him. liberated them, man and woman, Alfar and human. We have delivered them to Balen, to his paradise. In exchange, our coven will welcome the slumbering Titan, Balen's beloved servitor, into these lands. But worry not, for right now we will show you paradise.
So, you made it to our camp. After seeing how you handled yourself against the Testament, I was hoping you might. Those of us in camp trust each other, but aid is not as forthcoming. I will be blunt. The Testament has taken something from me, and I want to recover it intact. But I cannot do it alone. My brother Giran, they did not take him per se, so much as seduce him. He was a promising adept of the Scholia Arcana, and then one day he vanished. When I heard of the Testament's involvement, I feared the worst. I managed to track him here to Galette. Then I discovered just how large the presence of the Testament was in these marches. He would not have. Giran, he was always alone, always with his studies. He was wise. So very wise. There is no chance that he joined the cult willingly. They must have coerced him. Then again, his last letters to me were... No, nothing. Never mind. Excellent. I have resources at my disposal for a reward if we are successful. I have reason to believe that he is hiding in the ruins that run beneath the marches, this tomb of Ferragnus. I will meet you there. Hopefully, this cult has not sunk its claws too deeply into Giran's mind. He is my twin brother. We spent our childhood together. Because of his command of magic, he was selected to join the Scholia Arcana. After that, he surrounded himself in studies. He changed. All this talk of magic and control. It is a large and ancient Irathi ruin, somehow connected to the complex at the end of the canyon. Legends say it winds and twists beneath the marches like a labyrinth. Many who entered never returned. The marches are a main avenue from Erethel into Datir, but many choose not to walk the road in these dark times. I was born in Rathir and trained in the arts of magic at a young age. But when my brother Giran demonstrated greater ability than I, it was he who became my parents' focus. I was left to learn on my own. There is a bedroll over there if you need to rest up. It's not the best, but it's what I can offer you here. The tomb of Ferragnus. I fear the Testament's presence will be strong in there.
You're the one Colm found slaying the Testament? I'm impressed. Well, I'm not here for the Testament. I'm here for gold. And I've got work for two. Care to make some riches? I was a Warsworn hireling once. Was passed over for promotion one too many times. On my last job, I found a map to a treasure beneath Galette. A friend, Tears, and I gathered a crew to claim it. We found the town in ruins, but we're undeterred. We would get what we came for. Then Tears slipped something into my drink, and the crew left without me. Now I want to beat them to the treasure, and I could use your support. They wanted to cut me out. That's the only reason I can think of. I'll show those bastards. Don't even try it. I've been cheated once already. I won't fall for it a second time. Good. We split the map among the crew, but I know the treasure lies in Galette Caverns. Now, let's move. A dark place, that. I heard about it during my time in the Warsworn. It's meant to keep that thing in. Would avoid it if I could. The Althar, he seems wormy. Decent enough, though. You can't deny that magic's useful to have in a fight against these bastards. There were 4 in the crew, including myself. My good friend Tiers had the idea. He found the map as well. The other 2 were a pair of mercenaries, an Almain named Alsers and a Varane named Bertza. They seemed trustworthy enough. I'd been through here a few years back, on my Warsworn training. It was as nice a place as you'd like to find in Detir, but there was always something sinister about those ruins in the canyon's end. I suppose we know why now. I served as a hireling in the Warsworn once, but as my friends made rank, I was passed over too many times. And so I left. I live by my own oaths now. It's in a cave near the ruins of the town.
The demons defile the land. The burnt skin of the world glows red with suffering. It is the deep gloam, and a pallor of death settles on the people of Amalur. Fires rage across the wastes. The only sound is whispered laughter. As the embers cool and a wind blows across the desert, life once more erupts from the husk of the earth, and the struggle begins. Beams of light amidst darkness. We saw it.
The eternal clash between structures of order and shadows of chaos. Slowly, despite their struggles, the war gave way to the grass and the sway of trees in the breeze. The land was cursed by the plague brought on by the Niskaru, but life gives way to death, as death will birth new life. stare from the darkness and smile. It waited there with minions by its side. It was a demon thing, basking in eternal chaos, roaring beside the cries of its victims. The ones who came before faced and vanquished it. They saved the children of dust from a writhing torment.
him to a ruin beyond that fork in the road. I tried to stop them, but they won't release him until the curse is removed. I have no idea what they're speaking of. Please, help us! Thank you so much. The Fae took him through the narrow pass nearby. I hardly know where we are, let alone what this place is. I just want my husband back. I've heard that these wilds are the last place in Datir to find the Fae undisturbed. We were just trying to pass through to the Red Marches when Amalur became ill. We had stopped so he could catch his breath when the Fae came storming out of their ruin. They took him past the barrier to the south, and I haven't seen him since. I'm a seamstress, an excellent one. Lot of good it's doing me right now. Please, my husband needs help. I can't bear to think about what the Fae are doing to him in there.
Hail! Have you brought something from Mitharu? It's wonderful, if only because Mitharu has blessed it with his presence. I've not trained anyone since coming to the desert, but very well. Any money I make will benefit Mitharu, so I will teach you. I heard word of this shrine from her, followed her all the way from Dalentarth. Farewell, adventurer.
Another new soul in Ulcerant. Tell me, are you here for the rite of Mitharu as well? His voice is clear to those who truly wish to believe. Why, the voice belongs to none other than Mitharu himself. He speaks to us through this place. This great Mitharu holds the fates of our world in his hands. Without his divine order, everything would descend into chaos. I'm an apothecary. I never thought about vast things, the work, but then I lost my mother. In my grief, I wandered here into the desert, and when I was at my weakest, my most despairing, Mitharu comforted me and asked me to come give my offering.
Mitharu has chosen each of us for the gifts we can bring him. I've never killed before.
This life offers two choices. Fight or die. Those who choose to live face conflict. It is the natural balance of this world. The weeds preclude the flower's bud. The spider's web arrests the fly. The water carves the rock. In the dry wastes of Detir, in the land known as Ulcerund, the House of Valar became the home of this primal force.
You do not belong here, mortal. The crown of the sun is a Fey domain. Ulcerund is the last bastion of the Fey in Detir, one of the few places in these desert lands where we are plentiful. I do not wish to speak to you about Fey affairs, mortal. This place is older than your mind can grasp, and it will remain long after you are gone. They are summer Fey, but their minds have been altered. They attack any who travel the sands, be they mortal or Fey. I am the guardian of the Crown of the Sun. I watch over the new keepers as they meditate in preparation for their time at the crossing. It will be some time yet before I have new charges to shepherd.
From the Desert Runner's lethal dance to the chaos of the wolf pack, the Fae displayed these contests as art. Engard, the embodiment of contention, arose as champion. His strike was as the mantis leg, a bolt amid stillness. He met defeat like the salamander's tail, lost, but only to grow again.
Time to die.
Promising a bloody end.
The walls of Glir Athwin came crashing to the ocean's tip. Our people, despaired and battle-weary, hiding from the enemy's fists, saw Baala Tir inspired, dressed in priestly garb, and surrounded by a camp of mages. Baala Tir brought forth the grace of Glir, her beauteous paragon. The people climbed to her side, the summit cloister of spell-woven faces. She smote the Jotun from the hallowed pinnacle, and never again did they return. Rathir, she named the place where sharp rocks break the water's surface. This home for all Dokkulfar, the lunar crag of Lyria,
founded in the 14th year after the...
Ones contested Engard's knowledge, and time and again they failed. The combat space became a clearing. The clearing trampled.
The dustling must come in.
Faye kidnapped me and won't let me leave. I think I'm ill. Please convince them to let me go. This pain is unbearable. This place is as foreign to me as my Fae captors. There's nothing here except the lethal wildlife and a scorching sun above. And all the Fae we could ever hope to meet. Blasted, I'd leave right now if I could. They keep talking about how I can't leave until I'm free of the Narca affliction. My wife and I were just passing through Ulceron. We lost our way trying to get to the Red Marches when I grew ill. The next thing I know, I have a burning fever and... Please, help me. You saw my wife. Thank goodness, I bet she'd wait out there for a decade if she had to. I hope I won't be stuck here for that long.
Beware the wild Fae of Ulceron wander.
There is an odd aura flowing
And the
from
sands
your mortal.
beget a mortal. Greetings. You are strange. There's something distinctly Fae about you. The Fae have thrived here for many cycles. Though the way the seasons have been flowing, we may not thrive for much longer. I direct the Circle of Engard in its duties. My allies and I serve the champion of valor, not the mortal pretender, but the Fae known as Engard. Unfortunately, the champion is no more. Not since his defeat in the arena by mortal hands. The Fae champion of valor, Engard, was defeated in battle years ago at the House of Valor by a Varani warrior. In accordance with Fae tradition, control of the house passed to that mortal, and the Fae were forced to leave. They are our brethren, afflicted by the same curse as the Almain Allard. Left untreated, the curse alters the mind and role of the afflicted. We term these brethren Narca, and you'll find them wandering the desert of Ulcerant, attacking any that come near. They cannot tell friend from foe. It'll take some time before it's safe to walk the sands without a resolution to this dilemma. We have confidence that he'll appear in Amalur once again. Every Fae is compelled to perform a function, and reigning as champion was Engard's role. When the champion returns, the Circle of Engard will take up arms once again, and our rites of combat will shake the earth. We realize our presence in Detir is rapidly diminishing. If we can re-establish the tradition lost with the House of Valor, perhaps we can still stabilize our presence in this region. Some of our brethren departed, like our champion, Engard. Some went mad and became Narca. Those of us who are left remain for the sake of this land. If it were free of the Narca curse, we would gladly follow after our champion. Releasing him would be detrimental to Fae and mortal alike. I sense something peculiar about you, though. Perhaps you could help him. He could be healed, we surmise, with the completion of the Rite of Valor. Have you noticed my enraged summer brethren out in the sands? They attack anyone, friend or foe. We of the Circle term it the Narca affliction. It's a curse magical in nature. The affected cannot be reasoned or bargained with. The Almain fell victim to the curse, and though it has not altered his mind, he complains of pain. He warrants study, and so we keep him. The key is the Cora Petal. The regenerative properties of the petal can cure the Almain. You'll find it on the vessel of the Guardian of the Caverns, the Cora Thresh. The Rite of Valor will awaken the Guardian, which has lain dormant in this long winter. Defeat it, and the petal can be plucked from its vessel. Head to the Caverns of Ingress at the base of the Great Spine. There are 3 Erathi sigil stones within. They are marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Activate them in that order. Each stone will curse you. Once the last stone is activated, a beast of many vines will challenge you in your weakened state. Defeat it, and bring the Cora Petal to us. You must activate 3 sigil stones within the Caverns of Ingress. They're marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Each stone will lay a curse upon your vessel when activated, and summon opponents to. At the right's end, a beast of many vines will appear to challenge you. Defeating it, farewell, mortal. You're back. I trust you're making progress. Their effects are temporary. The curses will vacate your body if you begin the rite, and then leave the caverns of England. Exercise caution in Ulcerund, traveller. The sands are
Narcom, if you require healing, I will aid you. This land is in pain. It is afflicted as the Narca are afflicted. I repair the vessels of the Circle when necessary. It is my role. Mindless. There's some are Fae. They cannot distinguish Fae from foe. They attack all who approach. We know not the cause.
Mortal? Mortal, strange. The threads of fate do not entwine your destiny. I read the fates for the Circle. That is my role. They are our brethren, but they cannot distinguish Fae from foe. They attack all who approach, and we await the return of our champion. The mortal Magnus defeat. Farewell.
Please, help me. The Fae...
You've seen Amalur then? Why would they imprison him? Please, bring him back safely. They won't let him leave until you've completed a rite for him? Damn them. Please, help us. My husband must be
The withering war swept across the land. Seelie and Unseelie fought each other. The House of Valor was abandoned for the battlefields of Isa and Oln. Engard battled hordes as the warriors of Valor thrived on the plains of Erethal. The storm grew as they joined the war, and the Seelie threw back the invaders. When the armies of Rome subsided, the Seelie returned to the land, and the House of Amalur. The conflict of the Cycle Engard no longer fought, and was without purpose. The great cycle turned through the ages. Seasons passed. A mortal defeated the champion of valor. His name was Haroth Magnus.
Looks like I'm in luck. Didn't expect to see so heavily armed an adventurer wandering into our camp. Are you interested in a job? I've got a fey beast situation I need taken care of. Excellent. A pack of wild fey have holed up at the canyon hill site at the top of the ledge. I've already dispatched a scholar to investigate, but he hasn't returned. You'll find him near the road towards the mine. I'll have more information for you there, but it isn't useful for much else. The coward refuses to go near the fey. Get to the site and figure out why those blasted things have come out of the mine, and then get rid of them. Speak to the scholar when the deed is done. He'll pay you. Oh, where are my manners? Foreman Vire at your service. This here is Motus Mining's latest outfit, and my care and charge. If it weren't for the beast lurking at our doorstep every day, I'd find this place quaint. As it is, I can barely retain my sanity. Capstan Odvar runs an inn and serves as our chief of security. I've received reports of strange happenings in those caverns. One of the workers claimed he saw horrifically scarred men wandering near Saltwell Mouth. I've seen some strange things, flickers and flashes from the top of that mountain. No idea what causes it, and I don't want none. We've got our hands full down here as it is. A forsaken, wretched wasteland with more beasts than grains of sand. Still, by the domes of Odessa, I'll not see this venture fail. They were our biggest competition, and they discovered this site, actually. When we caught wind of it, we made sure to get up here with a bag of gold for each of his workers. So they promised to work for us instead, of course. Work like a charm. Poor Edgar Eder never found a way to recover from that. There's no one else to run his mine. He probably couldn't find the money to pay them even if he found new staff. If I sound proud of us, it's 'cause I am. It was a big victory for Motus. He's a weak-eyed, knock-kneed, biscuit-biting excuse for a scholar. But he's the one I've got, so that's that. Good day.
Winds in the Hollowlands can be fierce. It's amazing that the Fae can flourish in such a warm environment.
There's no work here for you, stranger. Check with Motus if you're looking for a job. You'll not find one with us. I've lived in the Hollowlands for a time, seen lights and heard rumbles from the top that could have been the world's quietest storm, or very powerful magic. Mark my words, there's something happening up there. I hired a small army of gnomes to help me with the mine, spent a lot of money transporting them here and gave them a good living. And the miserable bastards have the gall to leave me for Motus. They call themselves a mining operation. They're more like a thieves' den. I was in the Hollowlands long before they ever set up shop. Once they got settled, they offered better wages to my workers. Every single one of them is working for Motus now. I couldn't compete with that kind of money. I've spent a lot of time here in the Hollowlands, living off the soil and the wildlife. I thought I'd finally made a living for myself when I discovered the mineral deposits here. Not sure what I'll do now that Motus has stolen my workers, but I'll think of something. Motus will get theirs someday.
You are my contact. I should have known. Punctuality is not one of your papal strengths, and you have so few. You may recall our mutual friend, Formerus Hughes, the gnome who brought you back to life. I suspect you would, but I gather you've been quite busy. Well, Scholar Hughes has been missing since the attack on his tower. As his patron, I am quite concerned. I want you to find him. You are, how shall I say, uniquely suited to the task. I could ask the same question. For all I know, Formerus Hughes is on the run from you. I am willing to assume that's not the case. Simply put, you may be my only chance of locating Hughes, just as I may be yours. Don't be obtuse. I am his patron. As such, I own everything that Scholar Hughes produces. I suppose that includes you as well. The secrets in his laboratories are meant for gnome eyes only. They must be controlled at any cost. It would seem the incident in Alistar made Scholar Hughes a touch paranoid. Every time we receive a clue about his location, he vanishes before I can reach him. But he's running out of places to hide. It's my opinion that there's one hope left of finding Hughes. You. And I'm grateful. Scholar Hughes is quite fortunate to have friends like us. Hughes has an old laboratory in the cavern of Saltwell Mines. I believe he's been research there since the destruction of Alistar Tower. Find him, and you will be rewarded for your contribution to science. I will await your success in the Librarium in Edessa. Edessa is the greatest bastion of knowledge and understanding in the world. Alpha have their arts, mankind has its gods, but our only commandments are the solid, predictable laws of natural science. As Templar, the Forum demands that I do everything in my power to advance our knowledge. It is a tremendous responsibility, and one I take quite seriously. Formerus Hughes is one of my most brilliant scholars, and as you know, his research shows tremendous potential. His recovery is of paramount importance. His knowledge is invaluable and must not fall into the wrong hands. And I'm terribly worried about his safety too, of course. My fellow Templars and I sponsor research that will lead to the betterment of all mortals. Sadly, Alfar and man alike often have trouble accepting the reason behind our decisions. But most gnomes realize we have their best interests in mind. He may have returned to his old laboratory. He's quite paranoid, for good reason.
What is it?
What is it?
You're asking for it.
The chap... Well done. I can use the petal to create an elixir for the Almain. He needs only to drink this. If it indeed frees him from the curse, he may leave. And I will finally have hope of saving Ulcerund from the Narga. Administer the potion to the Almain. Hopefully, it'll free him. Farewell, mortal.
Beware the wild Fae of Ulcerund. You've returned. Will the Fae allow me to leave? They'll let me go if this works. Fine. I'll drink anything at this point. I can feel the curse leaving me. I'm not just saying that so I can leave. It's like a fever's breaking. I should get back to my wife. Thank you again, and farewell.
That was impressive. Our success with the Almain bears great portent for Ulcerund. If a mortal can be cured, then maybe a Fae can as well. I believe that you could survive a journey through the Fellfire Pit. Will you help us with another task? Ulcerund is among the last Fae lands untouched by mortal civilization, but it is not without its difficulties. Some of our brethren have fallen to a curse that renders them feral and frenzied. My brethren and I make up the Circle of Engard. We seek to restore the Fae rights lost when the mortals took the House of Valor. The Circle is holding vigil, waiting for the champion to return. We wish to repeat our success with the Almain at a much grander scale. To do this, we require the essence of another plant, this time from the Fellfire Pit. The pit is located at the base of the great spine of Ulcerund. The flower, the Fellfire bloom, rests there. The only plant that grows in the pit. We know the mortal fondness for compensation and will reward you significantly. Excellent! Then head to the Felfire Pit, where the guardian of the... Farewell, mortal. Greeting. Excellent. You have my thanks, child. Now we can use the power of the Felfire Bloom to begin the removal of this curse from our lands. We will, however, require your services once more to accomplish this. Will you aid us again? seek an audience with the keepers of the crossing, and then administer the sample of Felfire Bloom to the heart of this land. With luck, you will free this entire region from the Naga affliction. The restorative properties of the Felfire Bloom will remove the Naga's affliction from the font of the crossing. The Summer Fae who live here are tied to the land, and the land in turn is tied to the crossing. You must invoke the Keeper's right in order to reach the crossing. The first step is to challenge Pura at the Crown of the Sun to battle. You need proof that you have bested her to pass through Caer Alatha. Very well. Defeat Pura, and she will give you the Amulet of the Sun. Take the amulet to the keepers at Caer Alatha, and they will allow you to pass. At the bottom of Caer Alatha, you'll find the font of the crossing. Place the sample of Felfire Bloom atop it. If our theory is correct, your help in this matter will finally free...
A child of dust? What brings you to the Crown of the Sun? The desert is unkind to mortals. Florian told you of it. They must trust you implicitly. It is one of many sources of our worldly power. It is an almost limitless source of magical energy, closely tied to the essence of Alcerund. I am the guardian of the Crown of the Sun. It is my role to watch this sacred place and see to the safety of the keepers in training. They spent hundreds of years here in preparation of their duties. I am tasked with meeting their needs, ensuring they are ready. It will be several hundred years before the replacements for the current keepers arrive. Florian and the Circle sent you to access the crossing? It is highly unusual for a mortal to invoke a Fey rite, but your aura is most unlike a mortal's. Very well. Prepare yourself. Well done. You are a skilled combatant. It's no wonder you've earned the respect of Florian and his Circle. The Amulet of the Sun is yours, and with it your right to descend to the crossing.
are you? How goes the work? The monsters are dropping like flies, I hope. Very well. Just let me see how much I owe you. Well, there we are. All even. Would you like to continue helping me? I have refreshed your vials. Return when all 4 have changed color, and I will pay you. Remember, they will change color after you've slain 10 kobolds, 5 Kuraks, 3 Etin, and 3 of the Jotun. Good hunting! Well, perhaps we'll speak later.
Can't talk. Herc doesn't look.
I don't know if I'll ever take on another apprentice. Goodbye.